Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Casual Commentators. It's me, and today, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be going through the new Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker trailer, and just give my own personal thoughts on it. I've seen the trailer a couple times beforehand. Not very impressed with it. Marco and I haven't really made a video addressing the sequel trilogy yet. We both have very contrasting opinions about it, and it's actually sort of one of the main reasons why we made this channel, was to discuss that sort of series of movies in the first place, and we didn't do that, which is weird now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of what Disney's been doing, and just to preface this before I watch the trailer, I'm not a huge fan of the trailer. So let's see. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker teaser. Start off with Rey on a desert planet, perhaps Jakku, possibly Tatooine. She's standing there, looking emotionally conflicted.
We've passed on all we know.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, pause. So we've passed on all we know. So yeah, am I stopping it on the first line of the trailer? I am. We've passed down all we know. That line is sort of just a fucking lie. No, Luke, you didn't pass down anything. You taught Rey 1.5 things, and then she stole all of the books that you tried to destroy. And then that's that. That was the amount of passing down all you know. So if that's what you think is passing down all you know, by all means, great job, you did it. But that's not. And so I sort of immediately, right off the bat, 24 seconds in, was just, I'm not going to gloss over The Last Jedi and the mistakes that it made. And I'm not going to just turn my brain off either. No. It's okay. So that's just right off the bat. We've passed down all we know. That's just a blatant lie based off of what's been shown. Luke, you passed down literally nothing. Congrats.
1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, pop. Okay, not necessarily. This whole rift between the First Order and the, well, they're called the Resistance, but now they're called the Rebels. They keep flip-flopping back and forth in the movies. I wish that they could have just been a bit more consistent with it. Whoever was doing the screenplay, I'll just put their name right here. Props to you, man. Really good job at making this continuous. It's not Rey's fight at all, by any means whatsoever. There's really nothing linking her to anything that's necessarily going on, if you really think about it a little bit. Same thing with Finn, sort of. Wow, my hair is really popping off today, man. Same thing with Finn. They really don't have too much of a personal connection with it. Remember, Rey was sitting on Jakku for years waiting for her family, and then Finn sort of just got her wrapped up in this whole thing. You could say, oh, well, Kylo killed Han, and so that's her connection to it. Rey knew Han for a grand total of like 2 days. Sure, I'm willing to concede that their relationship was deep and surely meaningful. I think that Rey, just surrogate father type situation with Han, but at the end of the day, only 2 days. And that's sort of the same thing that I want to remind you of this entire sequel trilogy. This is all taking place within a very small window of time. Think about it. Force Awakens, the Last Jedi starts right after Force Awakens ends, essentially. There's really not a huge time skip in between. So this is all occurring within a very small window of time. And so for me to sort of assume that, or infer, or you to tell me that Rey is now somehow unbelievably connected to this cause after being there for maybe a week and a half, that's just kind of stupid. All right, 3, 2, 1. So getting more desert shots. Here we have the TIE Fighter coming in, which I'm assuming is going to be Kylo Ren, but it might not be. Okay. Why? Why does she turn like that? Why on earth would you do that? It looks stupid. It's not very practical. There's no point. I just don't understand why she would do that. Why would you turn? Like I just maybe this is me getting unnecessarily upset about it, but I am just bewildered as to why she would turn away from this. Like and then yeah, we see the hands. So it's probably Kylo Ren. Oh no, not the spotlight search. Nope. Yeah, and then now she's running away, and then she's gonna do a stupid jump. Okay. I don't know what Disney wanted that to be. I don't know what they thought people would people think that that's cool? Would people see that visual and go, "Oh my God, that's so awesome! Rey's doing a jumpy flip with her lightsaber. She's gonna cut it in half." It's so stupid. It's so like what should have happened realistically if Rey pulled that shit, right? She does her little run over here, jump. The TIE Fighter could have just taken off a little bit and bing, pinged her. You know, what's she gonna do? She's just a human with Force capabilities, sure. But as The Last Jedi pointed out, everybody has Force capabilities. So it doesn't matter anymore. Once you make everybody special, nobody's special. That's the whole point of Incredibles 2. If everyone's a hero, nobody's a hero. I didn't like that movie either. It was a bad movie. But, so now we're off of the desert sort of stupidity with Rey, and I'm assuming Kylo Ren. We're in this more darker environment. I think we have Billy D. Williams, is his name? Whoever played fucking Lando Calrissian back in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. He makes an appearance here, so yeah. Oh no, it's not. That's just a very quick shot of a city in the mountains. Cool. Sort of looks like the one in Rogue One, actually. Which was an okay movie. I didn't mind Rogue One. Rogue. Okay, this part here. So that was stupid. I didn't really understand the point of it. Maybe let me rewind real quick, just so I can. I won't, obviously, if I'm putting the trailer, like, right here. Where am I going to put it? Right here, right? Whatever. I'm not going to rewind on here. I'm just going to, just so I can see. Yeah, so this looks like some very big battle scene. This is probably the most obvious thing I could have possibly said. But Kylo does this thing where he flips his lightsaber and then like picks him up and then slams him down. And so originally my first thought was, you know, he's got the crossguard, and so one of the little spikes on the crossguard went in, and then he did that. But why? Why would you do that? Just chop him in half. Like, why would you go through the effort of stabbing them with the smallest part of your weapon, lifting them up, and then slamming them on the ground? Why would you do any of that? Just infuriates me. So then we get a shot of Kylo fixing his helmet. Looks good, I guess. I mean, I personally was a fan of the helmet. I think that they should have kept the helmet on for a significantly longer amount of time than they did in Force Awakens. I think that if they're trying to symbolize Vader and sort of that conflict where he's projecting this aura, but internally he's conflicted, I don't know. I could have done with less. And this sucks because I do very much enjoy Adam Driver a lot, but I could have done with less of his face if you're trying to create this persona. Because for me, rolling into this film, I have no suspense. There's no anxiety for me. There's no stakes in this film whatsoever. Rey has beaten Kylo Ren twice now. Twice she's beaten him. Why should I care? Why on earth should I care or believe that there's anything Kylo Ren can do that will somehow beat Rey. She's beaten him twice with no training, and now she has all this training in the books that was passed down. Oh my God, this is infuriating. This is infuriating. I don't think I've taken a bite of my ice cream this entire trailer because of how angry I am. Okay, so it's at 118. Okay. Now it's at 120. 2 seconds I made it without pausing. So we get a shot of Poe and Finn, who are on a desert planet, which I'm going to assume is probably the same one that Rey is on, right in the beginning. Their dress is a bit different. Neither of them are wearing Poe's jacket, which is a little saddening. I very much enjoyed that leather jacket. Granted, it was sort of ripped in half in The Force Awakens, but someone was wearing it in The Last Jedi. I'm pretty sure Finn was. So there's no excuse to not have the jacket. Also, it looks like Finn has Rey's pole here. I don't know why she needs it. She literally has a lightsaber now, but yeah. Get a shot of BB-8. There's Billy D. Man. So pausing us at 132, we get a little snippet of more of the desert sequence. Poe and Finn look like they're trying to escape some stormtroopers. Sort of a very Return of the Jedi-esque mood, just based on their attire, based on the types of vehicles that they're driving. So maybe it could be a Tatooine type situation. Or not. There's Carrie Fisher. Finn, Poe, C-3PO, BB-8, Chewie, and then the weird little droid thing that's in between BB-8 and C-3PO, which I don't... Where's R2-D2? That's my question. Did he dissipate with Luke Skywalker? Did they both just get dusted at the same time? I don't know. But you know what? I will say one thing. I am so unbelievably happy that Rose Tico is absent from this trailer, and hopefully from the movie. I hope that in the first opening 5 minutes, they find a way to get her out of the film, because I hated her character. Sorry, she was an awful character. We can go back and forth about that all day long, but objectively, ooh, yes, objectively, she's a bad character. Poorly written, no motivations that are logical, and her whole message is contradictory. This is a Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker trailer review, but I want you to know I hate Rose Tico more than anything. So 138. So now it's 140 again. I made it 2 seconds. What can I say? So it looks like they have found the remains of the Death Star. I don't know if this is the original one or the second Death Star. But there it is. It sort of looks like Octo, whatever the place that Luke Skywalker was on. It sort of looks like that same layout with the cliffs and the water and whatnot. But again, this could literally just be any island on any planet, which it probably is. So, actually, it would be interesting if that was sort of the reason why Luke was there, was because the Death Star was crash landed on it. And I guess that'd be interesting. I don't really care. Yeah. Then we have Emperor Palpatine left. Yeah. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. It's so interesting to me how the sequel trilogy tried so hard to separate from the Skywalker family and having the Star Wars universe not revolve around the Skywalker family. But they're calling this movie The Rise of Skywalker. So that's just kind of a big mixed signal, I guess. Obviously, this could be completely different. There's nothing really in this. It's a teaser. It's nothing really about the trailer, so I can't discern too much about the plot. So maybe it could be more geared towards separating the Skywalker family from the central focus of the Star Wars universe. Maybe that's possible. It's possible. Um, but just given how stupid this sequel trilogy has been, highly unlikely. But there's really no Skywalkers left, are there? I mean, you got Kylo Ren, who's arguably linked to that family, sure. But yeah, I guess his mom is Leia Skywalker, and so it's complicated. I'm personally not looking forward to it. December release, as per usual. I think that's what they should have done with their other films that they've released. That's this trailer just saps the life out of me. It really does. But I don't know. I guess speculation about what the movie might be. I don't know, because it's unbelievably difficult for me to picture how they could logically move forward from the ending of The Last Jedi, which, if you need a quick reminder, was the entirety of the Rebels / Resistance were reduced to about 25 people, maybe. How many? They all fit inside the Millennium Falcon, which is a smaller ship. So if your entire faction can fit in a ship, not really a big threat. Kylo Ren took the helm of the First Order, but I don't really necessarily see why anybody would want to follow his lead after he has been just so awful at being a leader, I think is the word that I'm trying to look for. I mean, just look at his failures from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Force Awakens, he lost Starkiller Base. I feel like my faith in the First Order would be a little bit crumbled after that, because it's like, well, guys, that was our big thing, and it exploded. So congrats. The second film, the Supremacy was destroyed. A lot of the First Order was kind of splintered through Holdo's stupid sacrifice. So who knows? Maybe the First Order is going to be in a state of rebuilding as well. From the looks of it, Finn, Poe, Rey, all of them, they're looking for something on desert land. I can't. I'm just so sick and tired of this franchise. Let's go take a peek at the. So 27 million views, 530,000 people liked it, 71,000 did not. No One's Ever Really Gone. Mace Windu flies into the window. The Rise of Skywalker. Does this mean Anakin will finally have the high ground? End of saga. You ain't fooling anyone, Disney. No One's Ever Really Gone. Boba Fett jumps out of the Sarlacc. I scrolled down to the comments to see if anyone was actually talking about it, but everyone's just cracking jokes. No One's Ever Really Gone. The Senate has joined the server. No One's Ever Really Gone. My dad comes back from the supermarket. No One's Ever Really Gone. Luke's hand crawls in. I do want to say, visually, it looks pretty good. CGI looks fantastic as usual. The soundtrack, John Williams is back, and it's always good. And that's almost, because I want to give these movies credit. I mean, guys, don't think that I dislike these movies, that I like disliking them. I want them more. The reason why I'm so irritated and aggravated by how this sequel trilogy is played out is because I am just frustrated with the potential that they've wasted and the decisions that they've made that always feel like the alternative. Not the best decision, not even second best. It's like deep down on the alternative list. But like I loved the Star Wars movies when I was younger. I grew up with sort of the prequel trilogy, and then subsequently grew an appreciation for the original trilogy. And so these are very near and dear to my heart. And growing up in a time where, this franchise is still growing and still being made. I know me and Marco were discussing before our Avengers video yesterday. I sort of mentioned before we started filming, I was like, man, I'm really, just thankful that I get to be born in this time where this is going on. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to 30 years down the road, 30 years earlier. We're alive right now, and we get to witness and we get to appreciate and enjoy the amazing things that are occurring in Hollywood and other film places, film cities around the world. You know, and that's probably one of the reasons why I'm just so critical, is because I'm like, look, you guys have such a big responsibility to make this worth it, you know? Because it's like, if you're gonna, if personally for me, would I rather have a bad Star Wars movie or no Star Wars movie? I'd take no Star Wars movie, because there's a line that can be crossed in the sense of they're just making it for money, or they're actually making it because they want to explore different, you know, threads, different stories, different emotional beats, X, Y, Z, and that's a fine line these days, and it's getting harder to see which is which. And so when I am critical, it's not because I want to be. It's because I really care about this franchise, and I want more than anything for it to rectify the mistakes that have occurred in recent years. That's it. So, I mean, then that just tangent right there is so unbelievably out of place for a movie trailer review. Not even a trailer, just a teaser. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought in the comments, if you're excited for it, if you're looking forward to it, what you think might happen. I think possibly one good thing about how this is all played out is that this movie is going to be impossible to tell what's going on. You know, it really is going to be really difficult to predict where the story is going to go from here. So I guess that's one good thing. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you cats in the next one.